12 years ago, Vietnam Veterans Chapter 20 went to, it was the anniversary for the Vietnam Memorial. It was also the Marine Corps birthday. So Chapter 20 went down. Bonnie, Wally was in a wheelchair, and it was the Marine Corps birthday, so Wally went over, everybody went over that were Marines to the Iwo Jima Memorial for the ceremony there. They were giving out heated fleece blankets to dignitaries that had long cashmere coats on. We tried to get one for Wally. I went to 3 different Marines, but they were following orders, so you can't blame them. But he was the only veteran there that was in a wheelchair, the only one. And it had turned cold, drizzly, and rainy, and we couldn't get one for him.
That was his last hoorah. And leaving the memorial or the party, whatever, the Marine Guards, and I'll never forget this, he was going down, he was very, very cold, and he kept saying, Bonnie, I need to go, I'm freezing. I said, honey, I'm trying to get you out of here. And the Marine Guard goes, man, wait. And we did. And then he said, come along. And there was like a guard. And they were saluting him all the way down like they do at a funeral. And they knew. And it was very moving.
So that day, I said, no matter what it took, I was going to make sure that our World War II Korean and Vietnam veterans were thanked. And a good way was to keep them warm. So the first year, we only gave out about 100, and every year it's grown. 2 years ago, we gave out 1,568. Last year was 1,717. And this November 11th, we're going to be giving out our 10,000th lap robe. Every time we give out a lap robe, to me, they're in memory of Wally.
Yeah.
Because he not only served his country, but then he served his community as a volunteer fireman.
Yeah. And he was a medic. And he was very dedicated. No matter what he did, he was fully involved. He was in the honor guard. He was in the marching unit. He was on the board of directors, all Chapter 20, and he just both feet straight in. And when he was diagnosed, Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine, and he made it very clear. He said, no. He said, I'm a Marine. This isn't going to happen. It's off the books. I'm going to get well. And he was, they gave him 6 months, and he had Agent Orange. That's what killed him.
A lot of our guys have Agent Orange and passed away from it.
He was ground force, so, yeah. But anyway, so Nancy started up the program in honor of Wally started it, and then she just boomeranged with it. And I give out a lot of lap robes to different nursing homes, to a lot of our vets, and because I'm all over the place.
Yeah, we keep providing them to Bonnie.
Yeah, and so these guys are like, they could do anything like, what is this costing me, to thank you so much, to crying. It means a lot.
And we tell them all that they've already paid the price.
Yeah.
They have. If me giving a lap robe to a returning veteran, if that lets them know even now that they're loved and somebody other than just family is thinking about them, that's a good thing. Me and my volunteers and those that provide the funds really appreciate what they've done in serving our country. I never knew it would grow this big. Started out 2, and then now we have 50 volunteers, and they don't all do the same thing. I mean, I do all the cutting. 2 years ago, I had rotocup surgery because of all the cutting, because we were doing mostly the top stitch. We're not quilters. Quilters really piece pieces together. We don't have the time or the amount of sewers. And we don't waste anything. I mean, on the fleece, if we have a small piece, we make scarves. On the cotton, if we have a piece left over, we make pillowcases. I don't know how long we'll be able to do it. Like my husband said, we started out 1 lap robe at a time. Now it's into thousands, and we'll keep doing it. And as long as we have people that help fund it, and I have volunteers, we'll keep doing them. Because I had one girl say to me, how long are you going to be doing this? I said, how long are we going to have veterans? I mean, only 4% go in and serve now. But I feel even those coming back now, if we have a lap robe for them, if it'll help them with their PTSD or whatever, We've got veterans that go through chemo or radiation, and they're cold. And the fleece ones are really good for that. And we just know as we get older, it's easier. We can turn out more because the top stitched or quilted ones, the cost is going up, and we just do what we can. We don't want people to remember our names. We want them to remember our veterans and try and do something for them. We've got veterans that are living on the streets. We've got veterans, so many commit suicide a day, and we need to reach out to them. Well, I could never give Wally a lap robe because he passed away. I couldn't give my dad one. One of my volunteers who now has moved away, her father served in the Korean War, and she never got to give him one. So when we would ask at the airport, where were you if you were in the Army? And if they said where her dad was at, she would get to give it to us. So it's like giving it to them. It's all because of you, Wally. People loved you. I loved Wally. He was a Marine. He was a Marine's Marine. And this is so small compared to what he did in his life. You know, he served his country, came home, had Agent Orange. You know, I've always wanted to tell the Commandant of the Marine Corps about, you know, if they have a certain number and it's cold, they should always have a couple extra in case there was a veteran at one of the ceremonies. Well, he was a great guy, and it just touches me.
Yeah, Wally would be overjoyed. He would be. Like I said, I'm proud to be Nancy's friend. She's done not just helping a lot of veterans, which she has, but she's honored my husband. And that means a lot. If you read the brochure that Nance made up, it's got Wally's picture on it. The last thing he could actually do was do taps and blow the bugle at the memorial. And she's got his picture on that. And it's got his name. I'm very proud of what Nancy does. She has jumped in this with both feet. And I can't, you know, when I give these lap robes out, I tell them, most of the blankets now that she's giving me has the pamphlet in it, which fully explains why and what we're doing. So I couldn't be more proud of her. She has honored my husband from the get-go. And I don't know what else to say.